music, R&B, hip hop, pop,
I still get you.
reggae, EDM, indie, old school,
Side. Check it.
and sports talk.
Right here.
WorldStarHitRadio.com.
Welcome to Connecting Atlanta Radio, where we are hosted on the #1 fastest growing internet radio station, WorldStarHitRadio.com. And I'm super duper excited to have two great guys on my show today. And first, I'd like to give a shout out to Marika for introducing them to me. They say I'm a connector, but she really is an ultimate connector and is absolutely amazing. So we have Cameron and Clay. Thank you guys for coming on the show today.
Of course.
And you guys are the owners of Coronet Financial, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me, you guys, what your company does and how you got started. And
All
sure.
right. So pretty much,
Take your background.
I have a information security, computer science background,
Okay.
and I really focused on the financial district. And with like the business development side, that's kind of how we got connected. And
Okay.
then I left the financial district that I was at, and we actually started working together with taxes and insurance.
Oh, that's awesome. And what about yourself?
Well, just like me and Cameron, we're habitual entrepreneurs. We do everything when it comes to, as far as business development, business analytics, anything that's business related, that's pretty much where we stay in our groove of our motion to be able to constantly be able to motivate others and constantly motivate ourselves. So when Cameron and I met, we immediately connected, and when we connect with business-minded people, it's just an automatic connect. The same connection that you and I had when we first met.
Right. Oh, yeah.
So it's one of those things where when you find that partner, that's where we actually focus our energy on, and that's how we just constantly move forward with whatever obstacle we need or have.
Right, because in business, there's always going to be some type of obstacle, right?
Of course.
Well, that's kind of what we do. We've been through the whole business development life cycle so many times with so many either startups or small companies going to the mid-sized development, and we've hit every possible, I say every possible, but really as many possible situations,
A lot.
as many hurdles as we can.
Right.
And every company and every entrepreneur is going to face challenges, right?
Yeah.
And if it was easy, anyone would be doing it.
Exactly.
So we have a very systematic approach to, I guess, bypassing all the potential problems that we're going to come across.
Okay.
Making sure we're surrounded by the right, mentors, the right investors who back us, everything like that to actually really give us a fighting chance in this, it's a very hard market.
And how long have you guys had your company for?
Well, like we kind of said in the very beginning, is Cameron and I have met, and before then, both of us were, entrepreneurs before then. And, I come from a background where, any little business that I personally wanted to get involved with, where I said, okay, if I'm willing to spend money, why not own that company and make money where I was going to currently do anything in the beginning, such as working out. Working out is a great example. Being able to say, if I like to work out, why wouldn't I try to make a profit on that, such as being able to gain more clientele so I can personal train, show them what their eating habits should be, and these type of things. And I was very successful in a lot of businesses, and that's kind of how we got connected. So we come from completely different backgrounds, but yet meshing those two together is what makes us great.
Okay, that's awesome. So you guys have been around for how long has Coronet Financial been around for?
3 years.
3 years? Okay,
Going
all
on
right.
the third year this year.
That's awesome. So what does Coronet Financial do? Like what services or do you offer? Like what exactly do you guys do? Is it for individuals, companies, what?
Well, we kind of take an interesting approach on this. Anything that has been government mandated, something's mandated by law, for example, insurance, taxes,
Okay.
this kind of where we started off because no matter what, everyone has to get those things.
Yeah.
Everyone has to get those things done.
Yeah.
So we kind of took an approach where yes, there are other tax companies or other insurance companies out there, but with our technology and our platforms, we have pretty much bypassed all of our competition really, within our level of operations. And we have taken all the challenges and again, many small sized businesses they don't have a team of experts who like understand what actually going through data is and collecting data and the proper
Right.
data collection process.
Right.
You know, that is one of my favorite things. You know, I have web scrubbers, you know, we have huge servers. Like we actually have a lot of fun with collecting data.
Okay.
And then on top of it, we actually cross-reference a lot of the research that we have and also the data that we collected. So again, a lot of our insurance customers turn out to be some of our best like marketers and also clients for the tax side.
That's awesome.
Yes.
And that would be like insurance clients for companies or consumers
Well, we do,
or what?
we do actually a little bit of everything. Again, we
Okay.
have commercial line, we also do property, but we kind of created very interesting partnerships, very strategic partnerships with a lot of the dealerships around the Atlanta area.
Like
And-
car dealerships?
Yes,
Or,
so we do a lot of
Alright,
auto
awesome.
insurance, and
Okay.
we're very competitive at how we do it. You know, we're reaching numbers that companies who've been in existence for 12, 14 years,
Yeah.
we're hitting on a monthly basis.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
And that's a really important thing is that you guys didn't, like, yes, you are offering automobile insurance and so forth, but you probably work with a lot of buy here, pay here lots, and do you work with that or
we
just
don't-
standard? It was-
a little bit of everyone.
Okay.
Honestly, like
Right,
again,
right.
we were actually having a meeting a few weeks ago with I don't know if we're allowed to use other companies' names, but
I
yeah,
don't
other
care.
companies who are very well known.
Yeah.
They're interested in how we're doing it because the biggest hurdle a lot of these customers are facing on their side, so they can't get an insurance quote on the right time. It's hard for them to sell a deal, and so we've created platforms, completely automated platforms. So
Okay.
it's right inside the dealership.
So that's the technology part of it that you've
Right.
created for
Yeah.
them. That's awesome.
We're
Yeah.
automating the hardest parts of our infrastructure.
Right.
So anything that is going to be, overhead intensive,
Mm-hmm.
instead of having to hire, 10 new, people, we're actually just creating a brand new, platform that can handle that volume. And
Right.
we're all about scalability.
Right.
I think about it and like, well, it doesn't really matter if we can't just do it. I want to focus it doing one deal the right way and making sure that we have that platform built out so we can actually amplify that. So if we have 1,000, we can still handle that volume in the same time we handled one person.
Yeah,
It's
that's
gonna-
really smart. And since it's your software, not only are you helping to save those organizations money by increasing their bottom line and reducing employees, right? Because you're saving them money, but you also are providing an automated solution, right? And you're also have your products and services that are being offered through that solution, correct?
Right.
And so they come back to you directly for that.
And see, another thing is being able to, like for a dealership example, being able to get the current staff motivated enough to be able to say, hey, if I'm a car salesman and I need an insurance quote right now in order to have this deal for a car deal go through, I have to have insurance before that car leaves the lot.
Right.
Well, the thing is a lot of insurance companies are doing the internet sales as far as being able to do Google AdWords and things like that. Well, we want to base our relationship with not just the company but also with the employees,
Right.
and being able to get really involved with the employees, because in the end they're our face. So we want to be able to make sure that we're maximizing our exposure in the proper way without just saying that we're only working with a company. Because the thing is our salespeople, yes, they're at dealerships, but what about that person at a gas station that could refer us a customer?
Right.
What about that customer, or what about that client that we use for a referral service is at a credit company or any company around here, a network group such as yourself, can understand that there's maximum exposure based on a relationship
Right.
compared to just going to a company and saying, hey, I want to buy leads.
Yeah, no, it's not, and of course you're not out there, which a lot of people, that's how the industry's done it for, I would think, for insurance and stuff like that, is purchasing leads. But what I was trying to say was you guys have gone out and created the partnerships, so you have people actually just referring you business, but you've also created integrated solutions that automatically drive traffic back to you. Plus, you're adding, it's not just about that, it's more about offering the value back to the companies as well, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's awesome. And so I know you guys, it's not just all about automobile insurance, but you guys do other stuff as well. So what else is it that you guys do there?
Well, I mean, once again, our
Technology, insurance.
Yes,
what
of
else?
course. Our partnerships are being able to offer anything for insurance, as far as commercial lines, automobile, of course, and then personal health and life and those type of things. We have strategic partnerships that allow us to be able to cover all parts of the field.
Okay.
But once again, it's being able to create that relationship to maximize our exposure for other parts of our business.
Okay.
And that's where, Cameron and I, as far as our tax services and other services that we provide, that's where that stuff comes in use and maximizes not just our exposure, but the exposure for the client to be able to have better services down the line.
Okay. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. And so you guys, did you guys create an automated solution, that part of it? That solution, does it also offer stuff that in regards to taxes as well, or?
Yeah. Well, what we're doing right now with our tax company,
Okay.
it's one of the most exciting things I can really talk about.
Your face is like lighting up talking about it.
All right, when it comes to technology and business, right? This
Yeah.
is really, if you don't have a technology infrastructure already established, and you don't have the money to build one up, it makes it very difficult in the future just to become a competition with anyone. Just to stay afloat, it's very hard, We've built one of the coolest platforms for this upcoming tax season. And we started like slowly implementing it this year just for, the trial and error. But we knew that it was going to be a 2-year plan for us. So we built it out for, this upcoming year. But we kind of slowly implemented it this year, let people get a little bit used to it, see how it was working. But it's going to be a game changer, honestly. Like, we've spent a lot of research and development time actually building these things out. We're actually going and we're able to help everyone, in a more efficient manner. Not only is it going to be the quality, but for us it's quantity. We're actually going to be able to help more people with a better level of service and better than what they would be receiving from another type of, let's say a high volume tax company out there.
Right.
We took their basic model and we're seeing where they were failing, and I'm okay. I like researching case studies on these companies. And that's what I do from, analyst side. And finding out where they were failing was an open door for us to succeed. So this upcoming year, definitely check us out because we have some really cool, exciting things that it's completely game changer for the industry. So.
Okay. I'm just going to kind of go off topic here, but I just saw it this weekend, and I know it was out a long time ago, but had you guys seen the movie, The Big Short? Did you see that movie?
Well, I didn't see the movie. I know about it, though.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I missed it.
Well, you can watch it on Netflix. You can watch it on Netflix. Anyways, it's a great movie, but it talks about, which it talks about how the mortgage industry and how they were rating like AAA bonds and all that stuff. But when I was thinking about it, there was a gentleman that had a hedge fund, and he was one of the first ones to find it. And because of him, then a few other people that were in the market and stuff like that, figured it out, and they were able to hedge fund against. It was like insurance bonds that this one guy kind of just created. You should watch it. Yeah. You would like that movie. It was based on a true story, and but when I could just imagine if that was you in that industry, like you probably would have figured all that out as well. And when
it comes to financial anything, this is
that's
where
what I'm saying. Yeah,
this is where he definitely takes off.
And one of my customers, actually, one of my personal clients that I do business with and everything, and refer him clients, his brother was one of the ones that discovered it, actually. So it's kind of interesting. That was the only reason why I heard about it, because he told me his brother was in the movie and it was part about him. So then I went up and did some research, and I said I had to watch that. So it was pretty good. But anyways,
well, I mean,
it's
interesting that you were talking about that, because we're not we're not a broker dealer. Yes, we're working on Series 7, all these fun things, right? We're not a broker
dealer. You
dealer.
get Series 7 too?
Unfortunately, I'm a little bit more behind than he is, but it is happening.
You are, okay.
But again, we enjoy business development. Not everyone, people want to be, we're in literally a world of, it's almost like a epidemic of entrepreneurs, right?
Right.
I don't know if you've read that before, but everyone is an entrepreneur. Everyone's trying to start a company. Everyone's trying to do this, but they have no idea what they're doing. Especially with a business background.
Right.
Have you been educated the right way in how to do things? Or even so, if you're flying by the seat of your pants, you may be really good at what you're doing, but if you're trying to grow, you may not understand marketing. You may not understand the CRM aspect. I've failed so many times just implementing, a CRM on our servers.
Right.
And most people, troubleshooting something like that is so difficult.
Right.
Getting to work with some venture capitalists back in the day, I really understood what I wanted to do in my life. I love growing businesses. I like to see someone in their opportunity, and maybe they're just missing something basic business development side. Maybe they're missing the capital side. Who knows?
Right.
But again, maybe they're just missing the connection, because connecting people is the most important thing we can do. So yes, right now we do insurance and taxes, and we do them very, very well. You know, we are trying not just to do them well, but every single day we're trying to improve our process a little bit more so that we can grow. And every time we grow, we go back and revise, you know, like revisit all of our business, you know, processes, and we try to improve them a little bit more. You know, continually improving.
Right.
But that's not what we're limiting ourselves to. We just know that that is the most, you know, for us, that's our cash cow.
Right.
They really are. The income produced in that, you know, first quarter of the year it's incredible. And in our insurance, you know, we know that all of our clients, they love us. We're going to help them out no matter what.
Right.
But the small businesses that we've been helping out, we've seen some tremendous growth with some of the little industries that we've been working with on the side.
That's
and,
awesome.
You know, we're not a VC group at all. I wish we could be. One day, I would hope we can put the right partners together.
Right,
That's where we can really go. We're kind of more like a incubator project.
Okay.
We have some capital. You know, we enjoy bringing on cool people to our team and saying, hey, what are you doing? Playing around with these things a little bit more. And these are a little bit more high level type of situations. You know, we're talking about apps that are, you know, some of our sites are hitting 10.7 million people
Wow.
a year.
That's
like,
awesome.
you know, we're hitting some really cool numbers, but we're not trying to be open about all of the things we're doing with just the public because again,
Yeah,
we
you
have
don't want
no
that
right
anyways.
to,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Go ahead. What were you going to say? Something?
Well, I mean, the thing about Cameron and I, and the reason why people like ourselves get really involved into businesses, such as, you know, even coming into the network connection, is just being able to say, who are we as people? And the thing is we as people are always talking business. It's a way of life. You know, some people are saying, okay, well, I have a 9 to 5, and this 9 to 5 does me perfectly for what I want in my life and where I'm trying to be with a family. And the thing is, you know, Cameron and I, we come from a point of our lives where we say, hey, you know what? Our maximum goal has to be satisfied in a short amount of time to be able to say, you know what? When we're 35, 30, how young can we be to be successful? And in order to do that, every single part of our life, whether we eat, sleep, or go out and party, we are still talking to people like ourselves. We're still, once again, maximum exposure. I'm saying it quite a bit because it really is. I wouldn't have met you if it wasn't for Marika.
Right.
I wouldn't have met her if I wasn't out and about.
Right.
And I wouldn't have met her if I were to talk, you know, about what are we going to do tomorrow. We talked about what are we going to do today about the business at hand tomorrow.
Right. Okay.
So those are the things that, you know, Cameron and I strive to do with every part. And that's why I'm so glad to be on your show.
Yeah.
You know, because we're in front of, you know, all these people
Right.
that are business minded. And I'm sure that a lot of us in this group already are, we can walk down the street and not find those people.
Right.
So it's very, you know, I love
It's
the
just
fact that you
connecting
have
in
it.
like so many different
Exactly.
ways. Yeah. So I'm curious actually in regards to your the tax, I guess, software or something like that you guys have developed. Now, is that when you say a lot of your clients, is that geared towards like people with their personal taxes or businesses doing their business taxes, or how is that?
Okay, well, it's kind of a complicated. That's like a loaded question, right? So yes, individual taxes.
That's
you know,
what I do.
That is
Ask loaded questions.
Put us on the spot.
yeah, individual. You know, the 1040s again. You know, that is the majority of what we do.
Okay. Okay.
But giving our clients an opportunity, like for the Schedule Cs, or even with the partnerships, you know, being able to do like, you know, the Ks and everything like this, we're able to help out a lot of these small businesses to the point where that's actually one of our clients right now turned out to be one of our future business partners. And just helping them out with the tax side, again, they were running a very successful company. You know, they didn't have a CPA at the time. You know, I'm not a CPA, don't get me wrong. You know, we have a team of CPAs and EAs on our team. And, you know, more high level type of.
What's an EA?
Basically, we have people who have very high levels of experience of tax and filing returns.
Okay.
So
Is that like above like a CPA?
They can. How about this? They can. If you ever get taken to court, they can help represent you.
Okay.
Okay, it's like the highest thing that
It's kind of like an attorney, CPA.
What's the highest
whatever.
level of accreditation you can get from IRS?
Oh, okay, okay, all right, that makes sense. All right, thank you.
So I mean, again, she has 30 plus years. You know, and she's great. You know, she's one of like my favorite people that we actually get to work with. She teaches me everything. I'm not an expert.
Right.
I never want anyone to think I'm an expert, but I surround myself with people who are.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, we primarily do, especially with our business model, a lot of individual tax returns. That does not mean we can't do business returns.
You guys do
that's
business as
a
well.
huge aspect of what we do.
Okay.
That's actually one of our longer term type of clients, because many times when we're doing, like, for example, filing for like partnerships, again, when those go down the line, we're actually usually doing their individual taxes as well.
Right. Oh, yeah, that would make sense, because if you're going to trust somebody with your company's finances, why wouldn't you trust them with your personal as well? And especially because they already understand everything and how, because even though we keep our business and our personal separate, it's still intertwined in some kind of way, because your finances for you with anything you're attached to is all going to be intertwined.
Well, actually, yeah. Sometimes though, with all these entrepreneurs out there, right?
Right.
With all these people, if they're just doing a simple Schedule C, suppose they just filed, this year for, an LLC, right? A lot of these people, it's going to go right in their personal, it's just going to be a Schedule C attached with it, and we can help out with that. That's the bare minimum. But when it gets a little bit more complicated, when you have 15, 20, 30 plus employees, it gets very, like, it's labor intensive.
I wouldn't even want to deal with that. I'd be like, oh, here.
Well, then let us deal with that.
Right.
If you guys want to do it, let us deal with that.
Right.
And see, I
don't even like dealing with my own taxes. I have my own account and do all that stuff for me.
And see, that right there, I mean, a lot of people in this industry have been going through countless hours of experience, being able to read on all these new laws every single year, it seems.
Oh,
and
huge.
the thing is we as Americans are unfortunately not educated in the matter. We don't learn how to protect our credit. We learn how to destroy it.
Right.
We don't know how to do our taxes. We hear about these new companies that, hey, this is where you go to do it. But if we actually showed the forms to countless people, some people, I mean, we've even experienced, even through these new people that want to start LLCs and start their own companies and try to be that entrepreneur, but can't separate the two to be able to say, am I a 1099 or a Schedule C, or how do I do my taxes for business? How do I separate it? What does my accountant need to do? Or I can do my accounting. There's a lot of things that make people make mistakes. And the problem is it can burn a company within the first year of developing. And what we have, I don't know how many people we've actually helped with that, to be able to really say, okay, this is how we're going to do it. This is the structure that we're going to do. So you can handle what you do best as far as your company and your industry knowledge in whatever industry you're in. And then we handle what we know, which is taxes, and being able to educate those people for long term. So that way we
don't just see them once a year. It's not like, you come and see us one time a year, give us some papers, we do some weird math, whatever, and then you're on your way. We make sure that people have forms throughout the whole entire year saying, hey, for example, Mile IQ, it's a great app. You can literally, it's just like an application on your phone when you're driving.
I use TaxSpot,
Yeah, same thing. It's created by the IRS. You can actually keep track, the right way of your miles. And people don't realize that little things like this will keep your company afloat, give it a competitive edge, because you're losing out on so much there.
Yeah.
But not just that, there's so many itemized deductions that if people aren't keeping track of these things, then they're losing a lot of money. And
it's huge. And then at the end of the year, you're like, what in taxes?
Right.
Oh, hell no. But the one thing you want is to keep the IRS out of your pocket as much as you possibly can.
Of course. Be able to track the write-offs.
Right. And do it legally.
Right.
Legally. So that's awesome. So if someone wanted to learn some more information about like the insurance and the taxes and stuff like that, where can they go to get some information about that? And your projects and everything that you guys are talking about that helps all these.
Well, again,
people.
Many of our projects, those are, very confidential. We actually have our advisors and our investors behind that. So, those are like private conversations. We happen to bring this up. As far as tax and insurance goes, visit our website. We have Cornet Financial, and I guess that's Schedule A plus. That would not be bad at all.
Yeah, exactly. And if anyone would like more information, guys, you can definitely join us on our websites as well as our Facebook. If you need to have any answers or anything that was questions that you would like to be able to know more about, please feel free to call our office at 770-225-3425. Cameron and I are always available. We'll definitely make time. Although we
And
are
what
kind
part of
busy at
area
that
are you
point.
guys located?
We're located in Marietta Square and
Oh,
also
okay.
Stockbridge.
So-
We have several locations. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
We're
Marietta
right there
Square is
on
awesome.
the Lawyer Avenue in Marietta
Right.
Square, so we're next to
Okay.
all the lawyers, so
Nice.
they always help us out.
That's awesome. That is. I bet you that was strategic on your guys'
Oh.
part by putting your. Let me guys buy you lunch sometime. Are you guys hungry?
Right,
Let me
exactly.
cater something for you. For some free legal advice. What
Whatever
can I do
works.
for you? Right. I'll do your taxes. You be my lawyer, right?
Exactly.
So that's awesome. Well, Coronet Financial, www.CORNETTE financial.com, correct? Did I do
Yes,
that right?
ma'am.
All right, awesome. And please, when you get a chance, check out their website. You'll have an opportunity to learn. One of the biggest things, when I had my workshop this past Saturday, and they were talking about how to build business credit and so forth, and one of the ladies said to me, she just thanked me for being transparent. So I get that from both of you guys, is that you guys really value your customers and you guys are trying to create efficiency, right?
Right.
And really do whatever you can to help businesses and consumers, build their lives, right? Through insurance and taxes and other solutions that you guys are going to create. So I think that's awesome. So you definitely should check them out.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll have our next workshop in August. And it'll probably be me, and I'll be teaching people how to turn their contacts into contracts. So if you have any questions, go to my website at connectingatlanta.net. And thank you for coming out and listening in today on the #1 internet radio station, WorldStarHitRadio.com. Connecting Atlanta Radio is signing off.
The hottest music, R&B, hip hop, pop,
I still get you.
reggae, EDM, indie, old school,
Side, check it.
and sports talk.
Right here.
WorldStarHitRadio.com.